Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. So today, what I've done is I'm cooking a recipe that's come off the recipe community, and it's a corn and bacon flan. So I've got the recipe here already nice and dripped on. So, I printed it out, put it there and immediately dripped bacon juice on it. But what I've done is, when you go to the recipe community, there is a button that says save to cookie do or something similar to that. And so I've done that. And if we go in here to my recipes and then go into created recipes, it should show up in there. I've only just done it, so it's searching. It's just talking to, and there it is there. So I have done nothing to it. I have just saved it. So I've got this as well. And sometimes I have to go in and just link everything up properly. So it's a reading in the guided cooking how I want it to be. So if I go in here, and we're going to cook it from this. So it says corn and bacon flan, imported by Janice, start cooking. So let's have a look. The ingredients, it says, is 60 grams of Parmesan cheese, a small handful of Italian parsley. Now I'm just using some dried parsley. 220 grams of, look, Suri's getting involved, okay. 220 grams of plain flour, a pinch of salt, 60 grams of cold butter, a few teaspoons or tablespoons of iced cold water, half a white onion, 3 cobs of corn kernels removed, or the equivalent in frozen or canned. I don't know what that is the equivalent of. I mean, they didn't give me a weight, so that's what I've got. They're just frozen corn kernels. 2 eggs, 210 grams of sour cream and pepper to taste. So that is exactly what the ingredients were on the recipe community. So what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking. So it says, okay, blah, blah, blah. This recipe is not an official bulwark recipe. So please follow your general safety rules. So let's go across. So it says to place Parmesan cheese and parsley into the mixing bowl and mill. So if I've got a choice here, I've got the little scales or I've got the blade. So I'm going to press the scales and it says 60 grams of Parmesan cheese cubed, which is what I've got. So we'll go tear. So it's sort of the same as guided cooking, but there's a bit of manual in as well. So I don't know. That was just 2 sticks of Parmesan cheese, 63 grams. And then some parsley. So it's a small handful of Italian parsley. So we're just going to go that much, but let's not put it in the, that's about that much. We won't put it in there. We don't want to powder it. We want it to still have a bit of, size about the pieces. So, rightio. So we're going to cross out of that, and now we'll go to the blade. And it says 8 seconds on speed 8. And that is exactly what this recipe says. It says mill, 8 seconds, speed 8. Now let's have a quick look and make sure that there was nothing in that bowl. Okay, so it says done. Close the dialogue tick. So instead of going next, we just hit the little cross, and then we go across to the next one. So I think, did it tell us to set aside? Yeah, it does. It says set aside. So this recipe has translated across to, that was 8 seconds, speed 8. This recipe has come across to the created recipe quite well. Okay, next. Place flour, salt and butter. So we go back to the scales and it says 220 grams of plain flour, just going to go and have a look. I've got the oven preheating, but I'm just wondering if my son has left the pizza tray in the oven, which is he is inclined to do. So I'm just going to stop the video and check the oven. Yes, there was a pizza tray in the oven with a bit of cheese that was browning up quite nicely. So rightio, a pinch of salt and 60 grams of cold butter cubed. So let's get some butter. So we go tear, that's 66. So I think you can save about 100 recipes, I think, is the amount of recipes you can keep in your created recipes folder, which is ones you have put in, you have either typed in yourself using the Cookie Do app into your created recipes, or ones you have moved across from Cookie Do. I only keep in there the ones that I really love. And I generally read through the recipe and then step through it. So this is before I start cooking it, but with this one, I've just done it so I can show you what to look out for, and so far I've found nothing. So now we're going to go to the little blades. So we've got scales and we've got blades. So the blades, and they're going to do 5 seconds on speed 6. And this is just to cut the butter through the flour. Okay? And then we'll go next. Rightio. So now add the water. So let's have a quick look at that. And they said we want a few tablespoons of iced cold water. So let's see, I think I did get, so this is some iced water. Okay. And then 20 seconds with the dough mode. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a quick look, and we might put some more water in there. So it's hard to tell exactly how much liquid your flour needs, because every flour is different. Every bag of flour is different. I don't want ice, I just want iced water, rightio. And we don't want to overwork our dough either. Okay, 20 seconds and we'll see what that looks like. So what are we going to do with that parmesan? Yeah, it does go in the filling. Let's have a quick look. I'm going to put a bit more in. Rightio. I'm just going to grab a bit more water. I think that's good enough. I don't think we need any more, because we don't want to make it tough. Rightio. So I'll just sidle around the counter until I find the right spot. Hang on. And what we're going to do is we're going to tip it out onto this here. Thermomix. And I don't know how much water I've added, But I'm going to roll this out. And what I've got is my flan dish. It is that one there. That's a 24 centimetre flan dish. So, don't know if I should roll that a bit bigger than that. Yeah, I might roll that a bit bigger than that circle, because it will shrink a bit. We're going to line this and we're going to pop it in the freezer. Rightio, it says line a 23 centimetre flan tin with removable base. So this doesn't have a removable base and it's 24 centimetres. And place into the freezer for 10 to 15 minutes. So I will be back in 10 to 15 minutes to continue on. So time is up. And we just set the timer for 15 minutes. Actually, I think I set it for 20. But that's that there. And now we're going to, it says not to trim the edges. And then we're going to bake it for 10 minutes. We're going to bake it blind for 10 minutes. At 190 degrees. Okay. And then we will and then remove the paper and the baking weights, and then we're going to cook it for another 5 minutes. So while that's happening, we're going to continue on with the filling. So now we're going to set the timer again for 10 minutes. Start. Okay. And now, let's do this. So it says we need half a white onion. So I've actually got half a red onion that I was already using. So I haven't washed the bowl. We're just going to go in with this. So we're going to pop that in. No need to weigh. And then we go to the blades here. And that's 2 seconds, speed 6. Okay. And then go across. And then we're going to add the bacon and saute it. So let's do this. So let's scrape that down. There we go. So it was to be 250 grams of bacon. So if we go here to the scales, it'll ask us to weigh in the bacon. And I am going to leave all the fat on this, not that there's a lot, purely because we're not putting any oil in there. So let's see how much this weighs. Okay, so it's less than 250 grams. I just eyeballed a quarter of a kilo, so I had a kilo packet, rightio. And now we're going to pop the lid on and, oh hang on, let's go back. 5 minutes, aroma temperature reverse. So let's see. No. So what did we say it was? See, I'll have to go in and do this because it hasn't transferred the this setting across. So it's 5 minutes. Oops. Aroma temperature in reverse on the slower speed. Okay, let's take that off because we're going over the 95 degrees and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Rightio. And now we're going to leave that to cool. So I'm going to take the lid off. Up there. So I'll leave that to cool until the tart shell comes out or the flan shell comes out of the oven. And to cool, I'm going to take it off the base just to let a bit more airflow get around it, and I'll be back. Rightio, so the time is up for that 5 minutes after we removed the paper and the weight. And we gave it 5 minutes, and I'm going to put it over here on a wooden board. And then we'll stop that going beepily-bleeple. Okay. And now we're going to allow that to cool a bit more because it's still quite warm. Okay, so it says to spread the bacon and onion into the base with the corn. So rightio. What I might do is I might tip the corn in there, and I'm going to grab this base and put it here. There's that frozen corn. Should cool that bacon down a bit. Oops. Rightio. That is still a bit of a frozen chunk. Okay. That looks delicious. Rightio. Now, in here we're going to place the eggs, the sour cream. So, 2 eggs, 210 grams of sour cream. So 210 grams of sour cream first. Which will be nearly this full tub. There it is. Okay, half of this here. And the eggs. And some pepper. Rightio. And then we're going to pop the lid on. Yeah, let's go back. What does it say? And blend 10 seconds, speed 8. Okay. On speed 8. Right. Okay, next, now we're going to pour that over the top of our oops, that one. Oops. Yes, and then we'll just move this around. And we're going to sprinkle over the rest of this. Oh my goodness, I'm a dropper. Okay. And now we're going to bake that for 35 to 40 minutes. And I will be back once it's time to have a taste. I think, yeah, enjoy your dish finish. And it actually says to serve it with a salad. So, rightio, I will be back once this comes out of the oven. Okay, so this is out of the oven and I've left it to cool for a bit. But I'm just going to show you this. Now I usually give the base a good wipe down before I put it to bed for the night. But I just thought I'd go over this. So I haven't put this one through the dishwasher tonight because it cleaned up quite well with a bit of a, with the bowl brush and the pre-clean mode. So I've dried it out really well. And then in the base, I've dried around these pegs really well. So when you're, like if you put when you wash your bowl, be it in the sink or if you rinse it under the tap or if you put it through the dishwasher, you make sure that this part is really dry. So, and I just get in with a tea towel without being rough and make sure there is absolutely no moisture. And that is all I do. So now we're going to put the bowl back together. I'll give these blades, oh hang on, I'll do it here. I'll give these blades a bit of a dry around here. Like that. And there is no moisture left there at all. So I'm perfectly happy to then place that on the base. So I've had a few people ask me about, you know, putting this through the dishwasher. And that is your one thing, is just make sure that everything is dry around those pins, around the base. Make sure there's nothing, there's no moisture there. Oh yeah, so now let's have a look at this. This trivet that I've got under there, I've got the set. I've got the 3 of them that come with the Fira cast iron cookware, and I love them. I use them for everything. I've got hardly any of my older ones that I use anymore. These are amazing, and you can buy them separately. They don't come with your bakeware. Right, we're going to pull this out. The first piece is always the one. Oh, I can never get the first piece out. Oh, look at that. I should say that when I'm serving it more often. Look at that. So it said 3 cobs of corn, or the equivalent in corn kernels, canned or frozen. So I don't know how you work out, because to find out how much they are, you'd have to buy 3, take the corn kernels off and weigh them. So anyway, you don't have to do it once, and then I guess you'd write it down. So let's have a taste. Corn, bacon and cheese. My favourite combination. That is absolutely delicious. That pastry, melt in your mouth. Beautiful, crunchy. It's not tough at all. Oh yeah? Delicious. And then we've got our little green salad there. Rightio. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please pop over to my channel and give it a thumbs up? No, we'll start that again. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe. And I really hope I'll see you next time.